On the purely halachic plane, the debate can still be framed as a safek, a doubt. Is Chol HaMoed enough of an ought to exempt Tefillin, or does it remain close enough to weekday life for Tefillin to continue? The mystical tradition changes the frame. It says that the question is not only whether Chol HaMoed counts as a sign, but what kind of spiritual state a Jew is already standing in on those days. In this video, we will preview the sharpest formulations of the Zohar and the Arizal, and then analyze them in detail in the next two videos. The Zohar does not merely say that Chol HaMoed counts as an ought. It says that these days are themselves Tefillin the Mara Alma, the Tefillin of the Master of the world. It even says that it is forbidden to remove the tefillin of the Master of the world and put on other tefillin, and it concludes with the jarring phrase, which basically says that one is deserving of a death if he does this. We will unpack that dramatic language carefully in the next video. The Arizal explains the same idea in the language of inner spiritual structure. He says, therefore, one does not put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed at all, because both rise above the place of tefillin. In other words, Chol HaMoed is not missing tefillin, it has risen above the ordinary plane in which weekday tefillin operate. We will analyze that Lurianic idea in full detail in the video after the halachic supplement. The Zohar stresses the king's seal and uses very severe language about replacing a higher divine sign with a lower copy. The Arizal stresses ascent above the ordinary place of tefillin and says explicitly that one does not put on tefillin on Chol HaMoed at all. But both approaches make the same larger claim. Not wearing tefillin on Chol HaMoed is not a lack. It is recognition that the Jew is already standing within a higher sanctity. The next two videos will slow down and analyze each source on its own terms. The halachic debate asks whether Chol HaMoed exempts tefillin. The mystical tradition says something more radical. The Zohar speaks of the day itself as divine tefillin, and the Arizal says Chol HaMoed rises above the usual place of tefillin. In the next two videos, we will take those sharp claims one at a time and explain what they mean. Next, we will study the Zohar's dramatic language. After that, we will turn to the Arizal.